Judgementwings here, and I come to talk about this really cool N64-like game called Cavern of Dreams. As you know, Cavern of Dreams, this new N64-like game was created by Bynine Studios. We've been hearing many things about this game for a while. That it's here, we have to ask one important question. Was this game truly any good? Cavern of Dreams takes some inspiration from N64 platformers like Donkey Kong 64, Super Mario 64, and Banjo Kazooie. This story takes place in a dreamlike world where our main character Finn, a cute baby dragon, becomes separated from his younger brothers and sisters. They go to a dreamlike realm with the help of a friendly woman called Sage. He finally can go find his family in this weird, dreamlike world. Cavern of Dreams has levels you can interact with in interesting ways that keep you motivated to keep playing through its beautiful game design. It makes the puzzles in the levels easy to understand with good visual cues. In the first level, Lost Leaf Lake, which I personally enjoy the most, teaches you early on how to interact with everything. You never know when you'll get a hint for one of the eggs you're looking for. Another thing that I haven't mentioned as of yet is if you're stuck and you can't find all of your siblings in a level, if you go to the siblings that are near Sage in the hub world, they'll give you hints on where they are and how to find them, which might save you a few headaches here and there. Also, the other items you will notice is the mushrooms around. You see, those are very important. Eventually, as time passes and you save more of your siblings, the eggs will start to crack, which allows you to help them hatch by hitting them with your tail. You can use the mushrooms you gather to feed your baby siblings to get heart points. They'll allow you to open hidden heart doors throughout the game. These are important because more than likely, they will lead to more levels for you to explore. There's also a collectible card that you'll see throughout the game called Encyclopedia, but I prefer to call them Dragon Cards. They aren't needed to beat the game, but they add more context to the world and unique facts about the item or person on the card. The Cavern of Dreams soundtrack really knows how to add immersion to its levels with a great soundtrack all the way from happy and cheery to ominous and intimidating. The game rewards you with great movement options once you get great at them, especially the roll into the tail jump combo I used frequently in my own playthrough. Sage rewards the player for looking for Finn's brother and sisters for upgrades to your movement options, like the horn bounce, glide with Finn's wings, blow bubbles, etc. You will take advantage of the levels and how roll-friendly they can be. The Jester Boots is my personal favorite item because once you step off a platform of light will follow you till you jump, which then disappears, which will add a new way to solve puzzles. Later on in the game, you figure out who caused all your siblings to go missing. They frequently try to sabotage you throughout the game, making chasms that can be tricky to go through. Thankfully, you have items in very specific areas like the Jester Boots that I just mentioned, that allows you to traverse these situations way easier. One thing that new players will have to get used to is no health bar or lives, which means if you fall in a pit, you'll be sent back to the beginning of the room. While getting hit by objects that are threatening will just make you do a stun animation, push you back quite a bit. Once I got to the Prismatic Palace, however, that's midway through the game, the puzzles became way more cryptic, but at the same time easy, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I was stuck on a couple of puzzles like the starfish puzzles and the sensor puzzles. Half the time, in my experience, you would need to do something completely random on the other side of the level to get the outcome you want, which may turn away players that get stumped easily. If you aren't good at these puzzles, you may not be able to progress through the game because you need a certain amount of eggs to get upgrades that you need to progress through the story. Personally, I had to go back to a level I didn't want to a total of 2 times, which compared to a game like Donkey Kong 64 or Banjo Kazooie, is not that bad. However, that is still a flaw worth mentioning. The last level I did before the final boss was Gallery of Nightmares, which in my opinion wasn't the greatest. Only because of the environment or obstacles, it's more that they give you absolutely no hints on what to do. And if they do, it's very cryptic, which by that point you just want to go to that big number 4 heart door to fight the final boss. To be honest, I don't know what the last 3 levels are because I never had to do that. So my advice is to make the levels gradually increase over time, and not just a random increase in difficulty, which would cause players to step away. Other than that, the game was a lot of fun. For the 4 or 5 hours I played, Cavern of Dreams is a relatively short game. My verdict for what it does great, I personally give it a 6.5 out of 10. The things that it does well is add new, rolling mechanics, and it really, makes you feel great to master these abilities. The cons, the puzzles can be cryptic and they can be hard to understand, therefore leading to frustration. Cavern of Dreams, when I got it, was 11 USD, and I feel like it's worth the price. I can see all the love for platformers that this game tried to give, and I hope you take a chance on it as well. Who knows? It might be a new favorite of yours like it is to me. And if you like my content, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell me what did you like about this game. Alright, till then, farewell.